Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Bergara B14 barreled action and 22 long rifle. So one of the big trends right now in precision rifle shooting is 22 long rifle actions that mimic a Remington 700 size and pattern. What that allows you to do is use a lot of the same stocks, chassis, scopes, accessories that you would use on a precision rifle series style rig, but with the lower cost and ease of shooting of a 22 long rifle. This is especially helpful for people that have only access to shorter ranges. So you can basically mimic the trajectory of a centerfire cartridge at much shorter distances. With just a 100-yard range, you can actually practice dialing your dope between 25 and 100 yards. If you go out to about 300 yards, you can mimic the performance of a 6.5 or higher performance cartridge at 800, 1,000, or even 1,200 yards. So not only can you shoot these 22 long rifle matches at ranges that are 100 to 200 yards long, it also gives you the opportunity to shoot a much less expensive and lower recoil round, which is good practice for the average competitor and is actually a great opportunity for shooters that are newer to the precision rifle game. They can start with a lower cost of entry. They can also get a lot of practice with a round that's not very intimidating, just a typical little 22 long rifle. So this one specifically, the Bergara B14 barreled action, is one of the newer ones to the market. There's a couple other higher end options. There's the Voodoo, also the Rim X by Zermatt Arms. The Bergara B14R was originally introduced as a complete rifle with either an 18-inch steel or carbon fiber barrel, and now it is offered as a barreled action. So if you want to drop it into your own stock or chassis, you don't have to start out with the one from Bergara. Now I had the opportunity to purchase one of these from a buddy of mine that's an FFL, and I already had the Leupold MK4 and an older Bell and Carson stock that I used to use with my match rifle. So this was a good fit. I could pick up the barreled action, drop it into what I was previously using for matches, and basically get going as is. So to start off, when you pick up the barreled action for the Bergara, the first thing you notice is there is a considerable heft to it. This does not feel like your typical lightweight 22. This has some weight to it. So it's going to help mimic the actual feel of your match style rifle. So the Bergara is a Remington 700 footprint for a short action. So it will be similar to a 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor or some of those type rounds. The barreled action does come with the trigger attached, also comes with a bottom metal. Now my understanding is the bottom metal is designed to fit a Magpul cutout. Now with this particular stock, with the aluminum block that's inside of it, I would have had to either modify the stock more or the bottom metal, so I elected to just continue using the Magpul bottom metal that I had previously fit to this stock. The rifle does use a 10-round Accuracy International patterned magazine, but obviously has the feed lips in design only to hold a 22 long rifle. That allows it to work in the chassis and inlets for the Remington 700 and AI style magazines. So far it's fed 100% between that and the control, between this magazine and the controlled round feed. It's been feeding great and working very well. It also comes with the Bergara trigger, which is adjustable. I have not messed with the adjustability yet, but it gives you about 2.5 pounds from the factory. The bolt throw is a 90-degree throw, similar to what you would expect with a typical Remington 700 action, although it is a shorter throw. It comes with a tactical style knurled bolt knob, which has a real good feel to it. I like that. It has a Remington style safety with forward for fire, back for safe. Also has a cocking indicator that is red and protruding to the rear when it's ready to fire. The action does accept Remington 700 bases. On this one I put a 2-piece Night Force 20 MOA rail to mount the Leupold MK4 that I was going to put on it. On the left side is your bolt release. One nice thing with the bolt is it is a controlled round feed. So as it picks up that round from the magazine, it will actually grab onto that round and feed it straight into the chamber. So you don't have to worry about shaving off bits of lead or parts of the bullet as it's feeding. The barrel is an 18-inch steel barrel, very similar to the Remington 700 varmint contour that was on this rifle before. I don't know the exact dimensions, but the fit and the stock looks pretty similar. And then on the very end is a 1/2 by 28 thread. Great for putting on a suppressor or muzzle device of your choosing. So unfortunately, due to some of the COVID restrictions and fire restrictions in my area, I have not been able to shoot it as much as I would have liked to. So with this initial impression, you're just going to get a little bit of an idea of how it shot. I did shoot some CCI Blazer and a couple different brands of ammo through it. None of them were match ammo. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to get any of that yet. I will be looking for SK ammo, also some Lapua, and hopefully trying some of those out. I've seen a lot of good reviews online of the SK ammo in the Bergara rifles, so that is going to be one of my primary loads that I want to check out. Everybody that shot this so far, I took it up with my my dad, my brother, and my son, and they had a lot of fun shooting this. It's definitely accurate, although I'm still waiting to kind of see what the ultimate accuracy potential is. So when I was testing for groups, one of the things I noticed is anytime I switched between different ammos, it seemed to open up the groups a little bit. It would take a couple shots for it to settle down. For an example, one of the rounds that shot the best was Norma TAC-22, which is a standard velocity round. I'll show you a couple groups, but interestingly, whenever I shot right after another load, the group would be a little bigger. So this first load at 50 yards came out at just over an inch, which at 50 yards was 1.957 MOA. So not that impressive, but right after that, I shot a .253 inch group, which is just under half MOA at 50 yards. So definitely a lot of potential there. Continued shooting that one with a .464 inch group for .887 MOA. The following group after that was a .69 for 1.3 MOA, but as you can see with this one, I had a called flyer, which was definitely my fault, but I believe the potential for the gun was more similar to those first 4 shots, not the 5th one that I threw to kind of open it up. So that gives you an idea of some of the potential of this round. Now the majority of the loads I tried, which included another Norma, the American rifle suppressor ammo, which was not as accurate, and then some CCI Blazer that I had. Most of them were pretty close to an inch or better at 50 yards, but I think the TAC-22 showed some definite potential, and I think once I get a chance to try some actual match loads, there's definitely hopefully a lot of potential for what I should be able to get out of this. Alright guys, that was kind of a quick overview of some of my initial impressions and just a quick intro onto the Bergara B14. I'm hoping to use this as a trainer to get a lot more practice for precision rifle style shooting when I don't have the opportunity to get to a longer range. And I'm also hoping to do a little bit of precision rifle style competitions, maybe some of the NRL 22 or similar competitions. Let me know what questions you have about the B14 specifically. Let me know what your thoughts are or your experiences are. Definitely interested to see what loads have worked well for you or what you've put this chassis into. And that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.